Namaste. Welcome to the course Mental Health and Well-Being. I am Shreyasi Vashisht. I am a clinical psychologist and working in IIT Kanpur as a student counselor. I will be delivering the Module 3 Life Skills for Transition and Resilience with you. This is the first lecture of the module. The name of this lecture is Building Resilience During Transition from School to College. The transition from school to college is always very exciting phase for everyone, but it also is very challenging at times when the students have to adapt to the new environment. They have to leave to the familiar settings and adapt to the new environment. This can be challenging. Let's talk about the life skills which smoothen out these transitions. The first skill that we are going to discuss is resilience. Resilience is commonly defined as the ability to recover from setbacks, the quality of bouncing back. It's not about avoiding difficulties, but it is about developing the capacity to handle them effectively. Resilience can be understood as similar to buoyancy, such as when we dip under the water, then there is a strong force to come back. In an academic setting, resilience enables students to navigate academic stress, setbacks, and changes while maintaining motivation and focus. It is not about surviving through tough time, but learning and effectively growing through them. Resilient individuals maintain emotional balance, problem-solving skills, and positive outlook despite difficulties. One of the examples can be the example of the author J.K. Rowling. She faced many difficulties while writing the book. Her book was rejected many a times, but she persisted through, and that shows the resilience. Resilience is a skill that can be developed and strengthened over time. By fostering resilience, students can enhance their abilities to success both in their academic life as well as their personal life. Let us discuss the factors that build resilience. These are self-awareness, coping strategies, emotional regulation, growth mindset, social support, and lifestyle habits. Self-awareness means understanding what you want, how you feel, and why you are motivated to act in certain ways. This includes understanding of your own emotions, your own strengths and weaknesses. This would also include your awareness to deal with challenges effectively. An example of the self-awareness would include a situation where you have to submit an online form and you are very late, or the deadline is passed, or the deadline is very near to you and you are afraid of whether you will make to the deadline or not. So at this point, you can check yourself, am I relaxed enough to submit the form correctly? This would include a self-awareness checking. From this point, you can understand what are your strengths, how you can maximize this, and what are your weaknesses and how to strengthen over them. We can also practice self-awareness by asking ourselves the question, what is going in my mind right now? Or we can also ask time-bound questions such as, what are my emotions, thoughts, or behaviors from last 3 hours? Such questions would help develop self-awareness. This would in turn help you build resilience. Another skill that defines resilience is emotional regulation, the ability to control emotional response to different situations. One effective strategy to learn emotional regulation is cognitive reappraisal. Cognitive reappraisal is where you learn how to change the situational impact over your emotions. This contrasts with suppression, where you avoid the situation or avoid the emotions that you are facing in that situation. During cognitive reappraisal, you learn to shift your perspective around the situation, how you see the situation in a different light. This will change how you think about the situation. Whereas you can see in this animation that the girl is having a reactive plan for the situation. She is unable to adapt, she is unable to do impulse control, she is unable to plan and process, and with her facial expression it is very clear that she is going through anger. So emotional regulation would mean that you learn to express or adapt your emotions in the social situations. We can learn the cognitive reappraisal through these simple steps. 1. Awareness. 2nd. Reinterpreting the situation. 3rd. Modulating the emotional response. 4th. Returning to a neutral state. Here is one example to deal with emotional regulation and resilience in action, such as a situation of falling in the important exam or presentation. Without emotional regulation, one might impulsively feel deeply embarrassed, angry at themselves, or disengaging entirely from future projects. However, with emotional regulation, individual can acknowledge the emotion, I feel upset about failing the exam, but I am okay. Evaluate the situation. I made a mistake by not studying regularly throughout the course, but now I will try to give a regular effort here. Evaluating the situation would also mean I fail only in this course or only in this subject. However, I am a good student. Then you can use reappraisal. This is a learning opportunity for me and I can improve next time. You can also seek support by connecting with your teachers, by connecting with your friends and even your family members to help you motivate to study. Taking proactive steps would mean to practice and prepare for the next presentation feeling more confident and resilient. This is different than suppressing the emotion or going through a negative loop where you continue to feel embarrassed about the situation and stop doing anything productive. The process of regulating emotions and learning from failures allows a person to recover more quickly and approach the future challenges with a greater sense of confidence and emotional control. The third factor that helps in building resilience is coping strategies. Coping refers to the thoughts and the action people use to deal with stressful situations, emotional challenges, or life changes. This would include the examples. Examples would include the behavior one engages in when they are in a stressful situation. Many people like to eat a lot, sleep a lot, or sleep less, or eat less when they are in a stressful situation. This can be considered as their coping behavior in a stressful situation. Coping strategies can be of three types. The first is problem-focused coping. It is aimed at addressing or changing the problem causing the stressors. Here, you identify the stressors in the situation and make a plan to solve the problem. You seek information and help from others to solve the problem. Time management and organizational skills are required to solve the problem here. The example would include a situation which is changeable, such as exam stress or workload. Suppose you have a very busy day and too many things are organized in that day, then some organizational skills are required where you need to understand which things are more important than others and you act appropriately to manage the situation or manage the workload. The second type of coping strategies is emotional focused coping. This is aimed at managing emotional response to a stressor rather than changing the situation itself. Examples would include talking to a friend, deep breathing or meditation practice, or engaging in pleasurable or meaningful activities. You need emotional focused coping when the situation is not changeable or situation is out of your control. This can include loss or a long distance from a family. Supposedly, when you are transitioning from school to college, then your family is long distance from here. Coping strategies here, emotional coping strategies would include how you adapt in a new environment using the emotional focused coping. Are you engaging in any pleasurable or meaningful activities throughout the day that manages your stress? Are you engaging with your peers around you? Are you talking to friends? And how much you are doing these behaviors would identify your coping strategy. The third type of coping strategy is maladaptive coping strategy. This is avoidant coping. When you are avoiding the situation rather than making any change in it. Examples would include avoiding the issues, substance use, or procrastination. These may offer short-term relief, but they worsen over time. This means, such as when you procrastinate something, even small work, such as you have to clean your clothes or you have to go there and fill a form in one office, but you say, I will do it tomorrow. You are procrastinating the issues. Over time, this habit increases and worsens your time management skills. How to develop better coping skills? These are the 7 steps that help you develop better coping skills. First, identifying your stressors. Second, knowing your strengths and weaknesses. Here you can understand what are my strengths, such as maybe you are good with organizational work, but you are not good with waking up on time. So here you can ask your friend or ask your family to wake up you for the early morning class. This can, now your weakness can be turned into your strength. Developing the problem solving skills, such as in these examples, we asked someone from our nearby to help us wake up for the class. The fourth would include relaxation strategies. When you are adapting to a new environment, things can be very stressful and challenging. So it is important that throughout the day, when you are trying to adapt to a new environment, you learn some relaxation. This can be as simple as taking 3 breaths, drinking a cup of coffee or tea that soothes you, that calms you, or just sitting with your friends, not necessarily talking or contributing so much, but just being around the people who love and like you. The next strategy would be staying connected and refraining from the negative thinking. Many a times during this transition, negative thoughts might come. I won't be able to do this. There's a voice in the back of our mind that keeps saying that things are not possible for you. So, coping strategies would include the behaviors where you do not give in to the voice in your head and continue to the behavior that help you adapt to the situation. Developing healthy habits. Number 7 is the last point, how you can develop coping skills. Healthy habits would help you manage your day very well, take one day at a time and do regular exercises, take proper sleep and nutrition, and other healthy habits that are useful for you, which will help you develop better coping skills. The fourth factor in building the resilience is social support. It refers to the emotional, informational, and practical assistance received from others. It acts as a buffer against stress and plays a vital role in maintaining mental health and well-being. Healthy support system reduces stress, boosts self-esteem, and enhance coping and resilience in a stressful situation or during the transition phase. It is the social support would mean the help we take from others to survive in a difficult or a challenging environment. Social support is the help we get from others who make us feel cared for, valued, and connected. There can be different types of social support. One can be emotional support. This here, the expression of empathy, love, care, and trust is done. The other can be practical support, where the services are directly given to you. The third can be informational support, where you seek or learn information that helps you, guides you to move through the situation. The fourth one can be an appraisal support. This provides feedback or affirmation that helps with self-evaluation and decision making. The examples of the emotional support can be from your family, from your friends. Practical support may be one day you are having a fever and you are not able to get the medicine for yourself. So you ask one of your roommate or one of your friend to get medicine for you. This can be the practical support. Informational support is something that you get from your seniors while in college, like how to study a course better or what routine to practice. This can be considered as an example of informational support. The last one is the appraisal support that you get again from the people who love and care for you. This helps us motivate during the challenging phase. The sources of the social support include family. This would include parents, siblings, extended family, friends. This would include close friends, roommates, classmates. Teachers and mentors would include professors, counselors, and academic guides. Peers would include fellow student, any club member you have, or the teammates. Online community, social groups, forums, or social media community. And professional support sources would include therapists, counselors, and doctors. How to develop social support? Being open to connection is one of the important factors to maintain the relationship. Supposedly, you are in your wing or you are in with your college group of friends and someone invites you for a cup of coffee or tea. By accepting their invitation, you are staying connected to your peers. Many a times what happens is people call us or people send us message that please come, we are here, and if we are going through a tough phase or because of our poor emotional regulation, we do not respond to them. By staying connecting to our peers, we are building a healthy support system around us. The third is asking for help whenever it is required, or this also means offering support to others. It's okay to reach out to others when you require help. People often want to help out. This again will strengthen your connection to your support group. Using campus or community resources. This would mean reaching out to the counseling centers, to the clubs, or to the communities that exist around your campus. By engaging in a community behavior, you will have a sense of connection, a sense of belongingness. This will again enhance the motivation to participate further in the social activities and building a healthy support system around you. The fifth factor in developing the resilience is growth mindset. A growth mindset is a belief that abilities, intelligence, and talents can be developed over time through effort, learning, and persistence. This is the opposite of the fixed mindset, which is very rigid and assumes that qualities are static and unchangeable. Fixed mindset says that I am just not good at mathematics. College level calculus will be too hard for me. The growth mindset person would say, this is tougher than high school, but I can improve with practice and tutoring. Another example of fixed mindset would include, I am not someone who can manage time very well. Whereas a person with a growth mindset would say, yes, time management is a challenge for me, but it is a skill and I can learn and improve in it. Following are the core principles of growth mindset. The abilities are not fixed. This means that intelligence is not a fixed trait. It can be expanded with practice and right strategies. Second, the efforts leads to mastery. That means the hard work matters. If you persist through challenges and keep working hard, then there is a chance that you will succeed. The third, the challenges are opportunities. Instead of taking setbacks as permanent failures, you learn to take them as challenges that needs to be learned over time. Feedback fuels growth. The feedback you continue to give yourself while you are in a challenging situation, such as the negative thought patterns that keep developing while you are facing the challenging situation or adapting to a new environment. If your feedback is very critical, then it will continue to demotivate you. Instead, we need to develop a rational perspective or a growth mindset where a lot of focus is also provided to the things you are good at. Persisting through setbacks. Failure is seen as a part of the learning process, not a final judgment. Last skill to develop resilience is lifestyle habits. Physical well-being supports emotional resilience. This includes regular exercises, balanced nutrition, adequate sleep, and limiting caffeine, alcohol, and screen time. Your lifestyle habits will determine how you are building your future. Every day matters. Whatever you are choosing to do today will matter your future for tomorrow. To summarize, resilience is a skill that can be built over time through different factors such as self-awareness, knowing yourself, knowing the emotions and the thought patterns you are going through, emotional regulation, where you learn to adapt to a situation, use cognitive reappraisal, where you shift your perspective around the situation, coping strategies, the behavior you are doing every day during the stressful time, understanding them and using problem focused or emotional focused coping rather than avoidant coping, social support, connecting to the peers around you, staying connected, being present around the friends, participating in the community activities, and having a growth mindset where you see setbacks and mistakes as a part of the learning process, and developing healthy lifestyles. Based on these 6 factors, we can build healthy resilience. Thank you.